All right, so I wanted to break down this trade that I took. I actually got in pre-market and I got out at this key level here, the same level that was holding yesterday. That was my target. So I'm gonna break that down. But I know I didn't post a video for 2 days. That's because on Monday the market was choppy until I believe Powell started to speak, and then it just went crazy. And then yesterday the market just dropped from the open. I didn't find any plays for yesterday. But yesterday did bring some context since we finally broke this uptrend that we were having. Um, this consolidation pre-market was showing me that price was being accepted, lower prices so far. Right, so if we go to an hourly, see we broke this uptrend, and then we consolidated once we broke out of that uptrend. So if I draw it visually with the trend line, you'll see what I mean. Right, we broke out and we're consolidating. That shows acceptance. Now, Um, also, pre-market, I spoke many times about this EMA in my previous videos. When we start to trend out of a consolidation, this EMA works fairly well. Now, uh, there's a couple other confluences with that. If we go to the 15 minute, okay, I'm gonna do a bar replay because I used the volume profile to confirm this. So right in this area here, right, I'm gonna do a bar replay right at this area. Okay, and you're going to see what the volume profile was showing here. Also, look at the 5 minute, and you'll see volume really picked up once we got here. Okay, now see how we had this low volume area here? That shows that within this whole range, the least amount of transactions took place here. Okay, so usually this is an area that the market likes to pivot. So I had that as a confluence. I had the higher volume as a confluence. I had the 20 EMA on the hourly chart, and also NQ at the same time was at a supply zone overnight, this area right here. Okay. So I had many confluences again to this trade. Risk was great because I got in near the highs. And the footprint didn't really give me any information. I'm looking into upgrading my order flow tools, probably Motive Wave or something, because this footprint is great for seeing where the volume comes in, but it is a bit delayed. So in the coming days, I will have an updated platform. But nonetheless, I got in right at this spike. Right on this spike, when I saw the volume, I got in because the risk to reward was very short. If you go back to the candlestick chart, my risk on the volume node was like 3 points. So I was comfortable getting in early. And there was supply. If we go on to a higher time frame, you'll see that there was supply above here too from these pivot points. Right. So when the market opened, I adjusted my stop loss to break even and I exited on the strong push down here because NQ had demand in the same area. So there was a chance NQ could have bounced. And then this pivot here was just insane. If you go to the footprint, like there's absolutely nothing to indicate besides strong selling coming in. But I wouldn't even count that as a confluence because on the dump we saw yesterday, it was the same thing with the strong selling. Right. So if this was going to continue, that's what you want it to look like. You want to see strong market sells. So when this just, I call this a V reversal. There was no pullback or nothing. It just came into this level. And in hindsight, we can clearly see that it trapped shorts, right? So everybody that was shorting this breakdown, right? Because this was a very major level. Everyone that shorted this breakdown, they just got taken out. And then their stop losses fuel this move higher. Now we're rejecting this area, this other key level here, while NQ is in its supply zone. Well, let's see what that looks like on the. See this is the type of reversals I like when we have strong reversal, then a pullback, and then we're seeing the selling pressure come in here. But I do not want to go against this strength, right? Otherwise, this looks like a great entry. It could work, but I wouldn't go against this strength simply because of this bounce that we had here. This was a very, very serious bounce. Okay, and if we zoom out, all right, see where this level came from. Okay, this was let me take the volume profile off. Well, even here you can see that it's a lower volume area too, like I was discussing earlier. Okay, it was a heavy resistance, and now price is being supported here. And if we go, even if we go to NQ, it's similar. It's a similar story. Okay, all of these pivots up here, you could make that a box if you wanted to, from here to here, right? Being supported pretty well there too. So it's not off the table. We're coming into the supply uh, since let's see which one is stronger right now. NQ is the stronger index, so it would become bearish if NQ rejects its resistance first. So if we pull a fib, so NQ has a little bit of room before it's like still a premium here above the 50% retracement. That's when I would consider it a discount. So right now it's still in a premium, so it has a little bit of room to go up before I would say the algos try to short this move. And as for ES, same with ES, we got some room to go up before it becomes a discount. So we'll see what happens there. I already caught my trade for the day, so I'm good. I want to sit out of this volatility and see what the market wants to do. It's at a very crucial point. So right now we want to see the way the day ends. Does it accept prices? Will we start a downtrend, or are we going to continue higher? I'll come back if anything else presents itself, but for now, I'm out. Something that I missed here was this 20 moving average on the daily from this bounce that we had here. We also finally caught up to that. In my previous videos, I said that once we get far away from that, we have choppy price action, and sometimes we pull back to it either by price or by time. So in this case, we sort of had both. We were choppy, then we had a violent pullback to it. Now we're bouncing here. Same thing with NQ. We're holding that level really well. So I wouldn't want to get caught up in shorts until we can get under this and sustain value under it. That's what I'm looking at right now. So I'll come back on here if anything happens. All right, so just like we were talking about over here, I was telling you we're gonna look at NQ to reject a level because it's a stronger instrument, and it's bearish if the strong index holds resistance. So you can see NQ came to its 50% retracement, which also lined up with a level, as you can clearly see. Okay, this level's pretty clear, right? And it was a low volume area. ES was at this major level here as well, and sold off about 20 points from that. So what I will be watching for tomorrow is we'll see how the day closes first of all, but pretty much I'm bullish above this level and above this supply, and I want to see this level break for continued downside. So those are the two main levels I'm watching right now. All right. So if you're learning anything, please subscribe. Have any questions, leave them down in the comments. Thanks for watching.